My name's Robert Schultz from Portland, and we're at the Portland Star Cinema.
Hi, my name's Andrea Bolte. I was born in Portland in 1961. I've lived most of my life here, and I'll introduce my friend Linda Cooper, who's a blow-in.
We came here, I've lived here all my married life. We came here in 1981 for 5 years, and we've been here ever since.
Yeah, my name's Elaine Wallace, and I've lived in Portland all my life. And this is my husband, George, who will tell you a little bit about himself.
I've lived in Portland since 1948, and I'd like to introduce our very good friend, Merle Plontinga, who has also lived in Portland all her life.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm the current manager at the Portland Star Cinema. I've worked here since 1985. This is Sandra, who was actually the manager at the time when I first started here, and Jen, who is one of our current projectionists and usherettes.
I'm Mike Noski, currently the proprietor of the business.
You know, my earliest memories of coming here on a Saturday afternoon, my mother had 4 children in 3 years, so her only break each week was to give us 20 cents each, send us to the movies here from 2 till 5 on a Saturday, where we'd see, you know, the cartoon, the serial. One of the earliest movies I remember seeing was the serial of the Count of Monte Cristo. That was like a real highlight.
Well, on a typical Saturday night, it was always booked out. And because I think everyone knew everyone else in those days, it was a great atmosphere.
In those days we used to have full cinema, which would be 310 people. Now it's dwindled down to maybe 50, 20.
Where did you prefer to sit?
Well, it was different prices. It was more expensive to sit upstairs in the dress circle. It was cheaper to sit in the stalls, so we sat in the stalls.
Always had to wear the black and the white uniform, and everything was prim and proper. The usherette would show people to their seats.
In those days, as you know, there was no TV, and serials on the radio was about all.
1964 or 65, when the Beatles became huge, 65 I guess it was, I can very vividly remember seeing Help and then coming out of the cinema after the session and running home, which was about 3 kilometres. I would have been 10 or 11 I guess at the time, and there was 2 or 3 of us, and we ran home reenacting the chase scenes in the film as if we were John, George, Paul or Ringo, I guess.
And then half-time, at interval, you could go across the road and there was a fish and chip shop, and the man over there would have the bags of chips ready. On a really good day, if it was someone's birthday, they would have a party afterwards in the little shop down the side, and I only ever got to go a couple of times to that, but that was a really big deal. You got invited to go to the party in the little snack bar after. And you got lime spiders.
Probably the worst we had was that if anybody would smoke, they'd light up a cigarette, and you'd sort of go and say, put that cigarette, and they'd say, no, we're not smoking, and you'd say, yes, you are, and they'd stand up and they'd be 6 foot tall, so you'd march them out and say, right, you're not coming back in.
I think back then kids were always very interested in the film stars, the great old film stars, and then to come and see them on the screen, well, it was quite exciting.
My first night here was back in Crocodile Dundee, back in 1986, and I was standing up here as an usherette, and the cinema was very full. And when the lights went down, the lollies started, the kids jumped, they yelled, they screamed, and I went, what do you do?
Frankenstein was getting ready to come up off the table, and you'd roll a Jaffa down the floor.
And through Jaffas?
No, we didn't throw any food. Any food was eaten. There was no throwing, no.
Yeah. Saturday night was kids' night, and you just knew that if you're going to have 200 kids here, you have a lolly fight.
The rolling of the Jaffas and the old chocolate cone ice creams.
Get up there and throw lollies down at all the peasants down below.
Didn't you get lollies thrown at you on a Saturday night when you first started? How come we did, Jan?
I did.
No.
I did.
Maybe I was a grumpy one.
They called it the alcove up here in the corner, and that used to be the cuddle seats.
Things that happen in the back rows of the cinema can never be reproduced in the home theatre situation, especially when mum and dad's there.
There was, you know, the back row
For the
teenagers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you graduate to that?
No, I didn't.
Come on.
No, the drive-in was still open then.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So I didn't do that.
I've got very fond memories of my experiences in cinemas. Yes. up the back row.
Oh, yes. Oh, bugging the pictures.
Portland itself is probably around the 8,000, but the surrounding districts is about 10,000 odd. So it's a fairly small community in the scheme of things.
Communities need some form of recreation where people can get out of their houses and something other than, I guess, pubs and clubs.
The best thing about having a cinema like this, with the huge floor area that we have, is the fact that we not only run the movies here, but we also have live musical shows during the year.
For many years they had community singing.
Cover bands like Baba.
Men's Welsh choir.
Russell Morris?
Oh, yeah.
Used to do aerobics.
Oh, when
for
we
the
had the
gymnasium.
gym.
Ross Wilson.
Hypnotists and spelling competitions.
Joe Camilleri's been several times.
Fantastic.
Dancing horses. So we've even had a horse
Spanish.
come up the back stairs.
What I remember most was the Beach Boy cover band. I'm not sure if you were there that
No, I
night,
don't
but
think.
a whole lot of those girls that love to dance got down lying on the floor, pretending that they were
Surfing.
well, no, on the board, going out to catch a wave.
Mike, to his credit, has kept this facility alive.
He's done a very good
He's
job
done a
to
very
keep,
good job.
keep it running.
There's no financial support. It's totally private. Yeah.
But it runs at a loss quite a lot.
We try to patronise him, but there's been times when there's only been 4 or 5 of us here. Don't know how he does it.
The thing that I guess keeps you going, part of it is inertia. You do it just because you've always done it, and because the cost of changing the use of the space is so much that it's almost beyond thinking about. During the school holidays we run 5 and 6 and 7 sessions a day, and it clearly fills a need. We're almost a day creche for the city. It's just part of being part of the community.
I appeal to everybody in the Portland residents to support this wonderful facility and Mike to continue its future. I think it's a great asset to the town and to the community.
Coming out maybe 2 or 3 times a month to the cinema is really one of those things where they use it as an incentive to get out and meet a particular group of people. You take away that, it's one more reason for people to not get out of their houses. It's just one more little nail in the coffin, if you like, of a vibrant community.
It's a real bonus for the town, and I don't know that the people really appreciate what it's actually offering.
I think it's the old story, you don't appreciate it till it's
No.
gone.
We're very pleased that Mike has kept it going and we're able to come to the films that we'd like to see.
Yeah, I'll endorse that.
Yes, well said, Merle.
Well said, Merle.
Well, we hope the Star Cinema doesn't sink, because it's been a highlight of our lives to have it here in Portland.
Future for cinema? Well, in the end, I think when you think about it, people just like to see a film on a big screen, and I think they like to see films in an auditorium full of other people enjoying the same experience, and that's why I think cinema's got a future. That's why I hope the Star Cinema's got a future.
If you're not doing anything on a Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock, we'll see you here. We'll just
Come
be
and join
sitting
us
there.
right there.